better because I give better. Because I give reasons, stats, interesting stuff. It doesn't matter.
When you take your dogs out for a walk in the middle of the night, you step in something soft and squishy. You know what it is. You don't need to turn on the lights.
I think it's a Michigan fan's face. All right, let's get to the Duke thing. They're not playing Florida State tonight, COVID. But that's not where it ends. They're now out of the ACC tournament. They were playing pretty well in Louisville last night. Oh, wait. Now Louisville's in a 7-day testing protocol. Why is that relevant? It's 7 days until you're supposed to be in Indy. And my understanding, Rico, but I defer to you obviously, you have to enter Indy COVID-free. So Duke is done. FSU's sitting around going, okay, we get an auto bye again. Duke may have beaten them tonight, to be quite honest. I think it was a 4-point line on the game.
It was. That was my pick for on the board.
But okay, so that's gone. They're gone. Their season is now over because they're not going to make it without that win or without continuing on. Now Louisville is going to have to sweat the time between now and when the tournaments, or when their plane leaves, or bus leaves rather, excuse me, because they're close to Indy, so they'll have to bus. And we go, I don't know what happens. I really don't. And then I went looking for it. The NCAA has made a ruling now. You ready for this? So you got to be COVID-free to be in Indy. But if you get COVID and you have an outbreak on your team, they're going to let you play as long as you have 5 players. Okay?
No, you know why? That's keep the money coming. We don't want canceled games. Dress the student manager. We don't care.
Good luck with that. 5 players. 5. That's insane. But this Duke story, again, I mean, I think we lull ourselves into a false sense of security. You know, this thing has kind of gotten a little smoother here with the conference tourneys. You're not hearing a lot about it. Here's Duke. Here's a team that had won a few games, right? Beat BC by 100, beat Louisville last night. A lot of people thought, apparently Rico was one of them, they were going to beat FSU tonight. Now they're done. The ACC tournament is now affected, and the team they played last night, who is a tournament team, is holding their breath for a week. And if Louisville doesn't get in, Rico, here's my question. Who gets in? Does the ACC get to select someone else?
No.
So the committee would then, based on COVID, would tell Louisville, nice season, but you're not allowed to come here, even though if you were here COVID-free, and all of a sudden everybody went out and got COVID, if you had 5 players, you'd be able to stay. Am I understanding this right?
Yes, you're understanding it right, Mike. It's why the NCAA told Michigan State, win or lose today, they lost. Don't leave town. You guys, now MSU is in, folks. I don't think that you don't have to sweat it out, but the NCAA told them, don't go anywhere. Because in the event, Michigan State was cold. And as I said, they're going to take the day off, and then they're going to practice in this post-game press conference on Saturday and Sunday. They're going to practice. But, they were told, don't leave town. Regardless. If you lose, stay here. And they will tell you what hotel to transfer to on Sunday.
That's wild.
That's where we are right now. Yeah. The 5 players. I look at a game like today, you couldn't have 5 players playing. You would end up with one. It would be one-on-one matchup, basically. You would have, everybody would have fouled out the game. That's asinine to me. But the NCAA is not going to cancel 2 years in a row. They're going to play these games. And for Louisville, the best thing for Louisville, they're 45 minutes away from it. So if they come up clean, and it was a Wednesday night that this happened, which gives them some extra time. I got a feeling that they'll themselves,
No.
sit on the 10 or 11, be all right. You know what I mean?
Hello. Hello? Son of a bitch. Fucking earphones. Hello. I can hear you now. Yeah, I'm heading out to Heartland though. There's a DO job out there that I'm supposed to scout. Alright.
He's not on the team anymore. So I think he's just saying that to say that because he likes Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I think a lot of the guys on the team liked him, but I don't think there's any way they're actually bringing him back. I think they're either trading Tua or they're keeping him and they're bringing in a low-end backup during this
I can
offseason.
give you Chase Daniel for $1. Rico, your thoughts?
They're playing the game, Mike, and this is what they're doing. They're trying to make it seem like, oh, this guy is so good. We may bring him back and just have 2 quarterbacks. Ooh, really? Man, maybe we should see what the price for Fitzpatrick is. That's just the Dolphins playing the game. I don't believe any of this. Push come to shove, he's going to be sitting right out there in the unemployment line with Chase Foe. He'll actually get a job, whereas Chase Daniel won't.
All right, issue 4 is not NFL related, but it is football. News yesterday that I thought was interesting. The XFL and CFL are discussing things. Who wants to use the term merger yet? The XFL obviously not playing in 2021. 2022 is up in the air. Rock owns it, Dwayne Johnson. The CFL, wacky rules, have some established fan bases, and you're not competing against the NFL in those towns. Would an XFL CFL mutant football league, would this give us the best chance at a spring league having even a modicum of success? Rico Beard.
Yes, it would, but I would have. The XFL is just tainted, man. Something is wrong with that. It's that restaurant that's been every restaurant on the corner. It's just a location. I can't tell you why it fails. It just does. The CFL is a brand name. It's a product. I would be leery if I'm the CFL. But, yes, you could finally get spring football. You could expand the CFL. And you would get names of people who you knew about when you were actually watching them play because you saw them in college.
Paul Sarah, talk to me.
Okay.
So I think combining the forces, I think it's probably just easier for them to file for bankruptcy as one entity instead of 2 separate entities, because I don't think it's going to work. And I don't think the CFL should get in bed with the XFL because, as like Rico said, the XFL is just tainted. It doesn't matter who owns it.
Right. It's every time they come back. I mean, the last time it was COVID related, but it's still, it's the XFL, man.
Well, boy, Paul is uplifting today. All right. Let's clear the air in the salary cap. And everyone's running around saying it's down by $15 million. But that's not the total picture. And as Pro Football Talk discussed earlier today, it's really $25 million off. How, you say? Every year from 2013, the cap increased by at least $10 million. Teams design their cap table years in advance. So now you're dealing with, not only didn't it go up 10, it went down 15. That's a $25 million differential from your best laid plans. So even if the cap grows by 10 next year, there's still $20 million plus off again. Rico, question for you and Paul. Do you have to alter your long-term plans, or is it all about surviving the next 12 months, knowing that sweet, sweet TV money's coming?
I think you got to survive this next 12 months, and you're going to see a lot of people signing a lot of one-year deals for league minimum, knowing that. I just want to be on this team. I want to do something, because your alternative, you'll be out of football for a year until the big money kicks in.
Paul Sarah.
So I think this is probably the worst year in the history of the free agency period for free agents to get money, because I think a lot of teams are going to really reel things in because they're not going to have nearly as much cap they can roll over year to year as they normally do. So I think, yeah, if I wouldn't want to be a free agent right now, because I think teams are going to tighten the belt and really sort of barrel down on who gets paid what.
Sign the one-year deal. If your agent says, hey, you know what? New Orleans, not New Orleans, but Tennessee is looking at you for 1 year. Done. I'm there. Go Titans.
If it's fully guaranteed. Yeah, I mean, look, it's also not terrible if you got franchised.
Yeah,
I mean, if you go out and for everyone who says, well, if you get franchised and you get hurt, you don't get paid. Yeah, Dak Prescott would like a word about that. He got an even better deal by waiting. So
Kirk Cousins would like to talk to you online, too.
Last note, and it's more of a serious one, but I thought it was a story that should be told. Touching note on the 1-year anniversary of the pandemic becoming official, Eric Bieniemy. Sports Illustrated had a story about him, guys. Bieniemy spent the entire season in a hotel because his son was at risk. He moved into that hotel at the start of training camp and stayed through the Super Bowl because his son, Eric Bieniemy III, has cerebral palsy and respiratory issues and is high risk at COVID-19. It's been this way the past 6 months, Bieniemy told Jeremy Rentis of SI. It's been a challenge. Nice reminder for those who think this ain't real. It's very real. And real people had to make some very real sacrifices. That's a lot of respect to Eric Bieniemy. That's a story I had not heard, I had not seen reported, and I think that is really, really something there.
You know, Mike,
and
the
the
fact
sacrifice he made all year.
Yeah, the fact that you didn't hear about it meant that he didn't do it for social media.
That's right.
He didn't do it for people to say, feel sorry for me. He just did it, and somebody stumbled upon it and was like, dude, do you live here? Well, yeah, kind of, and here's why.
How did you mention?
How's he not a head coach? The character of the guy, is he just a bad interview? Like, what's going on?
Don't get me started. Oh, boy. Just next.
Oh, no. That's where we're just going to stop because that's a whole separate matter. That is, oh my God, football today. All right, you've heard me talk about Northfield Lumber, Trek's decking leader, oldest company in the state, best selection, best prices. With Northfield Lumber, you win every time. They got what you want, when you want, no special order, best pricing. And look, if you go to the competition, you don't know what you're getting. It's unpredictable. With Northfield, you are getting rock solid pricing, everything in stock, and you're getting the experts on staff to guide you in the right way. Look, a lot of the competition is buying their stuff from Northfield anyways. Why not go to the source? NorthfieldLumber.com. That's NorthfieldLumber.com. They stock the stuff other places can't or won't. It's just that simple. It's Northfield Lumber.
This Radio.com Sports Minute is brought to you by United Wholesale Mortgage.
I'm Jim Rome with a Radio.com Sports Minute. Just because the Dak Prescott contract nightmare is officially over does not mean that there will not be more to talk about. And it certainly does not mean that Jerry Jones is going to shrink from the spotlight. Heck no. There was a presser yesterday. Jerry was there. He wanted to make a few things absolutely clear, starting with the fact that he did not get worked in that contract negotiation by Dak and his team, when in reality, that's exactly what happened. Dak and his crew turned Jerry inside out. And he got it for 4 years, which means it's not going to be that long before you're right back at the negotiating table with him, trying to get another deal done. Jerry, exactly what did you get from this? Nothing that you couldn't have had for more time and less money if you actually handled your business better from the very start. I'm Jim Rome.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facility safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Introducing Fidelity Income Planning. We look at how much you've saved, how much you'll need, and help you build a straightforward plan to generate income, even when you're not working. A plan that gives you the chance to grow your savings and create cash flow that lasts. Plus, you can start, stop, or adjust your plan at any time. Talk to us today so we can help you go from saving to living. Fidelity Brokerage Services, member NYSE, SIPC.
Grow Green, Michigan's premier indoor garden center, has a staff of over 50 experts ready to help you succeed. They buy in bulk and pass their savings on to you, the growers. Check out their dank deals with deep discounts of up to 80% off the gear you need. With insane deals like 100 milliliter Kleenex gel for $12, Fluent Spiders for $1,000, and bags of Dairy Dew 101, 201, and 301 for just $8. Grow Green, making Michigan greener one grower at a time. Click growgreenmi.com.
When you're running a business, you don't have time to worry about slow internet or confusing cybersecurity. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. You can add the advanced security of Comcast Business Security Edge to help eliminate threats. And enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing 24/7 support is just a phone call away. Get fast internet and advanced security made simple so you can bounce forward with Comcast Business. Help your business bounce forward with an amazing offer from Comcast Business. Get started with a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Plus, ask how to add Comcast Business Security Edge. Call 1-800-501-6000 today to find out more. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay required. Security Edge available when added to Comcast Business Internet for additional monthly charge. Call for details.
Unsolved Mysteries, the iconic television series, is now a podcast. All new mysteries of terrifying abductions, bizarre paranormal encounters, heinous killers, and unexplained deaths. Unsolved Mysteries is available now for free on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen.
The Detroit Red Wings host the Tampa Bay Lightning. Pregame tonight at 7:15 on 97.1 The Ticket.
All right, 2:45. We always take a timeout. A few minutes on betting. It's time for On the Board.
There's a lot of money to be had in a parlay.
Miami needs to win the game by more than 9. The last place a man could be a man.
I guarantee he did it from a position of you.
On fire!
On the Board, powered by FanDuel.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, the gambling gods came for me last night, and rent was due. And they got their rent. We were on an 8-2 run. I told you, it's impossible to keep that stuff on.
They were like, did you really think we didn't see what happened in that Gonzaga game?
We took. I paid for it. I mean, Siena goes 6 of 17 from the line. How do you lose a game where your opponent shoots 26% from the field? Brutal. They were ahead all day. Lose it in the last 4 minutes. And Northwestern, wow, Rico, I thought of you. They storm back. They get a 7-point lead with like 3 minutes to go.
Right.
They decide, we good. Minnesota finishes on a 12-0 run.
46 points is good enough to win this thing, right? Nope,
Yeah.
guys.
It's just tough. Bad night, turn the page. Now here's the problem. This segment comes to you at 2:45 every day. A lot of the games I liked were early. So that, Syracuse to the points doesn't do you any good. So, guys, I gotta be honest, I'm down to like plan D, plan E, plan F. But I'm gonna roll these out. Rico, I'm leaning on you now. Because I tell you, I don't like these. And one of the games you loved, it ain't on the board. It's canceled. Duke, COVID. So, people, I'm telling you, I know it's exciting on the opening day of real college tourney action. Tread lightly. The ice is thin. Game number 1. North Carolina minus 3.5. They take on VTech. Boy, oh boy, they're on fire. They beat Notre Dame by 50 last night. And now, unranked UNC is laying multiple possessions to number 22 VTech. A team that a lot of people have slept on, but they are good, man. But the problem? The only problem I think of is UNC and Kentucky and Duke. Those are public teams. Everybody loves betting them teams, right? But sometimes public wins too. Rico, they put that 3.5 on the board. UNC's playing really well of late. Am I wrong to kind of go with that average Joe play there, UNC minus 3.5?
Mike, right now, I would say that's the leader in the clubhouse because UNC is on fire. They know that their spot is not solidified in the tournament. They're probably in, but they've hit that tournament mode, and they're destroying teams.
They are. And look, they're playing well right now. All right, game number 2. And I want to go to the NBA briefly. Didn't love the card. One game stuck out to me. It's a bridge crosser. Atlanta Hawks, minus 1.5, taking on the Raptors. Got a 3-point move in the line. 35% of the bets make up 79% of the money on the ATL. You got a sharp signal if you give a damn about that on Action Network. Plus, F Canada. Hawks minus 1.5.
Mike, apparently that bridge kept going. It's now the
right out of me, Rico. All the people with wallets are pummeling Cal.
Really?
38% of the bets make up 84% of the money. And here's where it scares you. Last game of the night, 11:30 p.m. Ooh, your eyes are getting heavy. Sleep is a-coming. Oh, Colorado will kill Cal. Then you wake up to take a pee-pee, and Cal only lost by 6. It is that late-night creepy dog. I just had to put it on there for you. Cal plus 14.5. Gentlemen, talk.
Oh, wow. That was an interesting one, that last one, Mike. I like Carolina. I think they will win. I think they're going to cover the bridge game. I don't know what's going on with the Hawks, but that thing keeps moving. And that's a lot of points to give up. I mean, Colorado's been playing good ball, but
dude, they are an analytics freak.
Yeah.
They just do everything right. But Rico, when you see certain things, it's why I have the idea board here for everybody.
Right. I trust your numbers and the metrics on that, but if I had to choose one, I'm going NC. Give me North Carolina.
I like NC too here. They're apparently 3-0-1 against the spread in the last 4 neutral site games. So I like that stat too.
Fellas, I can keep it simple. I don't love. I've already told you. You know, I like a few things early. I'm not going to go crazy just betting things to bet them.
You trying to keep people up late tonight with that Colorado Cal game?
No, you know what that is? I think you plug your nose and take the points, and you just wake up and check it. You can't watch that game. My God, we have jobs. I'll take UNC minus the 3.5. That's on the board.
And the official sports book of 97.1 The Ticket.
If you live above an untreated crawl space, Michigan's brutal winter means cold floors and high heating bills. The experts at Foundation Systems of Michigan have the solution with their exclusive vapor lock system. By insulating your crawl space, you can reduce your heating bills by up to 25%. Right now, take advantage of the best pricing of the year during the winter savings event. Call the experts at Foundation Systems of Michigan today for your free inspection.
Hey, I'm Brian. As an aspiring baker, I've got a lot of secret ingredients. But my best one yet? Metro by T-Mobile. Metro gave me and the family high-speed data for only $25 a line for 4 lines and covered the switching fees. Plus, they threw in 4 free Galaxy phones just for switching. Now we can post pictures of my latest bakes and get out the word so the whole town knows I'm whipping up something sweet. How's that for stretching some serious dough?
You work hard for your money. With Metro by T-Mobile, it goes further. This tax season, there's 0 fees to switch. Right now, enjoy Metro's lowest price. Just $25 a line for 4 lines with taxes and fees included. Plus 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones when you switch. Now that's the best deal in wireless.
I'm Brian, and that's how I rule my day with Metro by T-Mobile.
All lines use promo rate if any deactivated. Sales tax and regulatory fees included in price. 0 fee on select phones. Limit 1 free phone per line with port. Exclude sales tax. Limited time offer. Additional terms apply. See MetroByTMobile.com.
FanDuel Sportsbook, it's simple. We talk about on the board every day. We try to find some games to have fun with. Maybe you're a golf fan, the Players' Championship this week. They're offering crazy live odds on that. If you haven't signed up with FanDuel Sportsbook, they are giving you a $1,000 first bet risk-free option. Meaning, you bet up to $1,000, win cash. No big deal. You lose, they refund the bet up to $1,000. It's like credits, which we're going to gamble with anyways. So, you know, again, I don't get the sticking point there. Bottom line, every sport, every line, faster live odds, better withdrawals. It's FanDuel Sportsbook. Sign up today, promo code TICKET. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code TICKET. You got to be 21 and up. You got to be present in Michigan. Refund in non-withdrawable site credits. If you need all the details, simply go to sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you got a gambling problem, call the number 1-800-270-7117.
Attention Michigan, do you really want a new car? But your credit's not so good, but you still owe money on your trade. But you still can't afford a large down payment. It's time to bring your butts to Alandi Land Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram today.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Pepera of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, log on to nbthealth.com.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here from You Better You Bet on the BetQL Audio Network. Join myself and Mike Valenti from The Ticket in Detroit this Sunday on BetQL's Countdown to Tip-Off on this Radio.com sports station as we get you set to bet on the big college basketball tournament. We'll break down which teams we think can win it, point spreads that stand out, and much more. You won't find a better way to prep for your bracket, and you can follow along on the BetQL app for the latest betting info and all the 5-star plays. That's BetQL's Countdown to Tip-Off this Sunday, 8 to 10 p.m. And download the BetQL app today.
You could win the ticket signing bonus. $1,000 11 times each weekday. Powered by BetQL. Let BetQL's proven data and analytics help you become a better. Download the BetQL app today. Listen for the keyword at 1/2 each hour between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. Text that keyword to 72881 before the end of that hour. Message and data supply, and you could win a $1,000 signing bonus on 97.1 The Ticket. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A Radio.com sports station. Sports headlines all day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk, this is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Michigan Hair Restoration. Michigan State falls in their first game of the Big Ten tournament. Maryland defeating them 68-57. Despite the loss, bracketologist Andy Katz on the Big Ten Network says he believes MSU is still good for March Madness.
Did speak with committee chair Mitch Barnhart this morning, and he reinforced that it's all about the body of work. And Michigan State's body of work is they have 3 wins in the last couple of weeks over Illinois, Ohio State, and Michigan, and no other bubble team can come close to those kind of wins. I think they're comfortably in.
Maryland, meanwhile, advances to the next round of the Big Ten tournament. They'll face Michigan tomorrow afternoon at noon. The Michigan women also playing in their Big Ten tournament as they are down to Northwestern at the end of the third quarter, 46-38. And Michael Fulmer giving up 7 earned runs in 2 innings of work against the Blue Jays, 10-1 in the top of the 6th inning. Jamer Candelario with a sacrifice fly, the only run of the game for the Tigers. He's 2 for 2 in the lineup. And the Red Wings will play right here on 97.1 The Ticket at 7:30. They'll take on the Lightning at home. And the Pistons will begin the second half of their season over on WWJ just after 7 o'clock, the tip-off in Charlotte. For all on the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Radio.com.
Excuse me. I got a little breaking news for you. Hey, Rico. Sir, another member of my hit list just got hit. Lions have released Justin Coleman. Sir! I mean, look, why do I envision you on top of a roof with your hat backwards with a sniper rifle? No, it's just these contracts, when you look at them and what gives them the most savings, and we didn't pay you. That was the last guy who liked you. I said it at the start of the offseason. I thought Trufant would be gone. I thought Coleman would be gone. I think Williams will be gone. Shelton will be gone. James will be gone. They're going to butcher you. No. Stop that. That's not funny at all. I mean, they're men. They're not machines here, guys. I'm just saying professionally, that's it. You're out. Bottom line, hey, man, they're going to continue trimming this thing up. And if you thought for a second that acquiring Jared Goff would somehow help them win too many games, just wait and see what this roster looks like. Because they're cutting these guys. I don't think they're going to use all the cap space. They're cutting these guys to get this thing to where next year you're $70 million under. Remember, you still have work to do. Make sure you can fit Goff's contract when this deal goes through. That is true. And the guys they're going to sign, maybe they could target one name you know. One. And it'll be somebody who played for the Rams or Saints. And that's okay. But Mike, see, I think that this year is going to be a weird, different type of year. The one-year deals. That's going to be the thing where I'm going to pay you a little bit of money because that's all I got. And you know what? The players realize these teams are strapped for cash. So unless you're going to Jacksonville, you got to take these deals. this may be the one time that you could probably get a decent name person to come here for a year because, you know what? Yeah, I'll just get an apartment. I'm not going to be a Lion long term, but I'll be here for the next season.
Well, I'll tell you the other thing, too. That secondary was god-awful. You know, a lot of it was scheme. But, you know, the only guy you've got here now, you've got, what, Aurier, or however you say his name, and Okuda, who was a complete disaster. So, look, you're going to need to sign people. But, you know, I heard the Midday Show talking about it. This idea of, hey, you know, what if they trade down and got to 10 or got to 12? And would you be upset taking a corner? No. They need to. They don't have any talent. And in a rebuild, you're going to take the best player available.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What if you can't trade down?
Streets.
Are you still okay with that corner?
Ask me later. You know my answer. Probably not. But let's just let it play. I don't even want to go down that road.
13 Junior. Come on down.
Tremendous. All right, today's March 11th. So this is, it's very weird. But a year ago this week,
went on an overpass.
all of our lives changed. I mean, one way or another. And certainly the non-important stuff like sports, that changed too. But a year ago today, it really got real. The NBA canceled its season. Well, suspended its season today on March 11th. The World Health Organization today began calling it a pandemic. You had the president on primetime talking. And as we kind of move towards tomorrow, yeah, I mean, towards the end of this week is the last time.
I had a feeling.
We all went to work, and work from home became a thing, etc. So I wanted to ask you a question because I don't want to get too serious with it. I don't. Like, we're having fun, and I don't want to bum you out. But from a sports perspective, this is what I thought.
That's what I thought.
A year later, how has your relationship with sports changed? Are you less of a fan? Has sports' place in your world changed, basically? Does it mean a little less? Does it mean more? Like, did you just sap out altogether where you're like, I don't care. I'll get back to it when the world is more appropriate, or I'll get back to it when it looks more normal. I wanted to do the fan portion of it, Rico. Because Lord knows if we go down the road of life, that could be a very deep conversation. I don't know that people want that. But you know, where is your fandom? I mean, I'm honest. Sports betting saves a lot of it because, look, it gives you a reason to watch Georgia Tech and Miami.
Highest paid
or it gives you a reason to care about, I don't know, baseball games at empty stadiums. But beyond that, it has been different for me. It's not that I don't care. No, I still care. And it's my job to care. But it doesn't feel the same. No. And what I think is going to happen is, as we get to normal, which I continue to have my fingers crossed from a sports perspective, it will be very normal very quickly. I think it will kind of be this euphoria for me of being able to truly emotionally connect with it. Like, next year's football season might be the best football season of my life because it's going to show me all the things I missed. That first time I turn on an LSU game on a Saturday night in Death Valley, and you just keep turning the television on because it just sounds so crazy. Like the first false start of the year based on crowd noise, I'm probably going to have to change my underwear. So I want to know where you guys are at a year to the day where Bleep got real as far as it goes. It wasn't just a thing, it was, wait, the NBA just did what? March Madness is about to do what? 248-539-9797. Rico, please.
You know what, Mike? Here's the thing. For me, sports-wise, a couple of things had to happen. Like, my soul was just taken away. College basketball left. It was the first casualty of all of this. And I look forward to this. I love March Madness. I love the tournaments and watching them, and you just get wrapped up in certain type of games. This was before we got sports betting. I just like watching the games. When that was taken away, I had a different outlook when it came to sports. I thought that everything was eventually going to get... I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get wrapped up in this NBA bubble because something will happen and it will all get taken away. I felt that way for the NFL season, for Major League Baseball, for hockey, for everything. I had a lack of trust because I saw my favorite sport just in the snap of a finger had for sports was taken away. I got this job, so then I had to go back and start watching sports again. But I just kind of had my arms folded like, yeah, you're saying that now, but you're going to pull that football away like Lucy does to Charlie Brown. Something's going to happen. I'm not going to invest heavily in this. I'm sparing myself some feelings. That's where I was at.
I don't know where people are. I mean, hey, look, if sports didn't change its place in your life, that's a correct answer too. I just don't know anybody who that's the answer. I don't. How we watch it, what it means, whether we watched it, all those things were in play.
What about you? Was it just the gambling aspect that really roped you back in?
No, I think for me, like football, and because of what I do for a living and doing the Sunday show, I was able to get into the NFL. I was. And there was that Patricia Quinn storyline here locally that really, I don't know, it encompassed everything locally. College, I couldn't. You know, college, I just couldn't. It didn't feel authentic. College was just something to watch, but I knew it wasn't real. It was the spacer to get to Sunday. Next year, the way you are with college basketball is the way I am with college football. Next year, it's like, I shouldn't say next year. In a couple of months, this fall, I'm going to want to do everything. I'm going to want to go to games. I'm going to want to go on road trips. I'm going to watch everything I can get my eyeballs on. I feel like that's going to be my full return. I can't say that, like, I care the same about baseball or the same about the NBA. I brought up some line to my audience.
You brought up something, Mike, and I first of all, if you're not listening to Mike's show on Sunday, because you brought the energy and the passion of the pandemic, buddy. I got to give you credit for that. You made all of those games on Sunday really seem exciting. Way to go.
I tried, man. I mean, it's because it was the only sense of normal. You know what I mean? And there was that impending doom of like this winter spike, and things are going to get so much worse before it gets better. And those Sundays were kind of like cathartic.
That's why I couldn't buy into the sports, because I kept thinking the whole time, you took away college basketball from me. I can't love again. You're not going to break my heart again. No, I got it. I was like every chick in a rom-com movie. No, you hurt me. I can't do this. No, and then there you are. It's not your fault. No, it's not your fault. No, it's not your fault. Another thing, I think, at least here locally, we had bad teams, man. So, were you really missing out on anything? Because it's not like you had championship caliber sports being played here.
So, and I think that in that sense, it's easier for our listeners to just tap out. I mean, let's face it, if you were a Tiger fan, it didn't take a pandemic for you to stop watching. You stopped watching a couple of years ago. Pistons don't draw any number on television. Neither, again, and the Red Wings have been so morbid. Yeah, you have to be someone like Kenny, who's a true diehard, to pay attention.
Well, you know what? I think the Wings lost all their mojo when they got screwed in the draft. And it was like, you know what? What was the point of at least following a bad team? He didn't even get the number one pick. I'm done. Out.
Definitely was everyone had their eyes set on Lafreniere, certainly. And it's just, yeah, and especially the way it went, where a playoff team was going to get the number one and the whole deal. Look, 248-539-9797. The year ago today is when the bleep hit the fan. And the NBA suspended its season, and the word pandemic began to get used by the experts. And let's face it, none of us knew. None of us knew what was going to happen. None of us could have imagined this. I mean, if you did and you want to be that guy, you can feel free to call. But how, a year later, how has your relationship with sports changed? For better, for worse, or I don't know how it could be the same, but hey, I wanted to have that conversation, because if we have the other one about a year later in the pandemic and life, and that's a heavy conversation, and I don't want to bum people out on a Thursday where it's 65 degrees out. 248-539-9797. Get more people. Got a lot to do today, a lot of ground to cover. This is just part of it. You want to get away and relax? Yes. Lord knows, a year later, we are going to be making a return to Vegas at some point. God willing, soon. The D.com to book your stay today. They've got it all. They're taking all the precautions. They're welcoming people back. Long bar, the sports book. And hey, we celebrate 65 degrees here. How about 85 and sunny? I mean, Vegas just deals in a different weather, man. And it's usually all good. So keep the D in mind for when, not if, when you return to Vegas. The D.com to book your stay today. It's the D Las Vegas. It is your home for sports in Vegas.
Motor City Hot Tub and Swim Spa Show is going on now through Sunday at our Waterford location. Browse the region's largest inventory and take advantage of factory pricing and financing options on hot tub and swim spas. Nobody can beat our prices. Visit us today at Motor City Hot Tubs in Waterford.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading, downsizing, or looking for an investment property, Hall Financial will put you in the best financial position possible. We'll get you pre-approved same day, giving you the confidence to take on the housing market and win. We're going to connect you with a top realtor in your area. Visit DavidHallMortgage.com. Let us give you the 5-star service you deserve. That's DavidHallMortgage.com.
Hall Financial, NMLS ID 1467435, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey everybody, it's Jeff Rager with your Tiger Spring Trading Update brought to you by Visit Central Florida. Shortstop Willie Castro has been tremendous for the start of the spring. 6 games in the exhibition season, Castro has been hitting the cover off the ball
experience anyways for several years with the advent of HD, with television prices and technology, where so many more people can get their hands on a kick-ass TV.
True.
I do wonder, Rico.
I think, no, because it's been taken away, I think you're going to see packed stadiums for garbage games. Because, at least for the first year, because you can get out, rub shoulders with people, and you can just enjoy the atmosphere. You're correct. Before the pandemic, everything was leading to the at-home experience because it was better angles. Yeah. Everything was cheaper. Everything was better unless you were just a diehard. We've had season tickets in my family for generations and generations, but not this upcoming season. You're going to see sold out Tiger games, Pistons games, Wings games. Oh, I think you will, Mike.
They can't even sell out 700 tickets right now.
Yeah, because as you would say, it's not free.
So you're saying next fall?
Yeah, next fall, when
I can go with that.
when you open this up, it's going to be hard to get a ticket to places because even if your team is bad, here's what we learned to appreciate. We learned to appreciate a lot of things during this pandemic, and even bad sports it's appreciated because you know what bad sports is better than? Those further down.
Go to Jeff on a cell, 97.1. What's up, Jeff?
Hi, I actually called to talk about the officiating, but I'll just give you a comment on that. It seems like most sports are all